Hey everybody, Average Gamer here. So, I recently just did a video for myself, for you guys, about a change I wanted to see. The change was that when you go to the skills tree here, and you had your max up here, I wanted to see, or even down here, on the currently selected battle mech screen, it would tell me how much XP I have for the guy unspent, and if I can unlock something, right? Like tell me, hey, your Ryan here has 2 slots it can unlock in the skills tab. Click that button, it takes me to the skills tree, it'll take me to, boom, to this guy, open this guy up and show me that I've got, these 4 things to unlock, and I have, well, I actually have points. I've got, MC, whoops. So I had 200 XP right now, but if I had 1,000, it would pop up and say, hey, you can unlock a mech skill. Which gets me to the video I decided to make instead. I was trying to explain in the video what I wanted to see, and I started getting on a rant about the fact that what the fuck is a mech skill? I couldn't explain it. I couldn't figure out how to explain what a mech skill is. Or it's one of those things where it's okay, well, it's a skill that you get with your mech. You unlock it with XP. It's like, okay, well, what's a mech skill? It's like, well, speed tweak. Okay. So why? What is it? I basically realized the best way to explain these things is simple as this. When you play in real life, right? When you work at something and you try hard at something and you get really well at something, you get more efficient. You get better at that specific task. Like you drive a specific type of car, you get used to it. You know that your car, if you can take a turn, for example, going 80, no problem. But the same person, another person in that same car, might feel uncomfortable taking a turn at 80 in that car, right? Only because you have tons and tons of time in that car, right? So you get to know that car and that vehicle is specific. So MechWarrior is the same way, where if you play a certain mech a lot, you earn experience towards you personally getting better at that specific mech. Now, the way they do it is by setting up the skills here. So you go with your mech skills, right? Your mech skills are the XP you gain when playing that specific mech. You then earn the ability to do other things. Like, for example, heat containment and cool run. They basically help out your heat. So that's like you sitting there constantly running your mech and going, hey, if I tweak the following valve here or there, I've noticed that my heat can be a little better. So it's something along those lines, right? Like when you tweak your cars and things like that. So you become more efficient in that specific variant chassis, right? Because you're constantly playing that. So that's their way of kind of making it better for you as a player, because you can play a certain mech and get good at it, but if you don't play it a lot, you don't really, you're still on the same even keel, right? There's no reward to someone who plays often or a lot, or just plays one specific mech, versus someone like me who plays a lot of them. So what happens is that you get your proficiencies in that specific mech, so you're able to go a little faster. You're able to get your weapons to pinpoint, to basically point in the direction you want them to faster. The arms move faster. You can contain your heat better. You can run cooler, things like that. So basically it's you becoming better in that specific chassis is basically the way it's kind of set up. Now, the weapon trees or the pilot trees are a little different. These things you can just fucking spend your generic XP on, no problem. What I would like to see, obviously they can't really, I don't know if they can institute it or not, but is if you could get XP instead of GXP, you got pilot XP or PXP, which means as you pilot and use certain weapons, you become more proficient in those weapons, therefore you get XP in those specific weapons. So for example, my flamer here, if I use my flamer a lot, I get XP in my flamer. And I get to pick if I want to increase its cooldown, its range, things like that. If you're constantly using your AMS, you should be able to gain XP towards your AMS. Narc, the same way. LRMs, SRMs. You can see I got the majority of cooldowns unlocked already. But yeah, I kind of wish the weapon systems were the same as the mech systems. So if you've used a lot of medium lasers and SRM6s, you get a lot of SRM6 and medium laser XP. Unfortunately, it's set up as GXP, and I don't know. I don't like this whole system, especially with how expensive these things are. They're like $3 million a pop. It's kind of stupid. It's like, what's the point? I went through and unlocked a whole bunch of them because I had thousands. I had about, I don't know, 6-digit GXP. And after I unlocked it all, I looked at it and I'm like, this is going to cost me, like, per mech, like $9 million. Like, that's just, no, that's stupid. So, decided against, I figured I'll just unlock it all, and then later on, if they reduce the prices of them, then I'll do it. But yeah, so there you go. So, that is the game. Anyways, so I'm going to let you go now. Have a good night. See you guys next time I'm done with my rant. See you guys in the battlefield. Bye-bye.